All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to our new podcast. This is the You Don't Know Ball podcast. I'm Isaac Rowe, and these are my two co-hosts. Feel free to introduce you guys.
What up? I'm Jack Witt.
What's up, Alex?
So we're three middle school friends that mainly live together every day and hang out, and just talk ball. So we thought it'd be fun to start a podcast where we could talk about college football and see what we can grow it into and just play around with it. So if you end up listening, we're glad that you're here. This is going to be a fun time for not only ourselves, but for you guys. If you guys interact with us, we have a email that's called you.dont.know.ball.podcast at gmail.com, where you guys can send mailbag questions. You can send in topics you want us to talk about, any sort of that stuff you want us to do. So we appreciate you guys listening, and we look forward to having many more episodes to come. With that said, let's get into the content we have today. We are going to do something a little bit fun. We're going to have a fantasy draft for college football players this season. So we get to go through quarterback, running back, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, etc. So it's kind of it's like you're playing fantasy football. So a couple of rules we had: you get one legend pick, and that legend pick can go for any of the position groups we have listed. And then we get one meme pick, which is something fun, which is a goofy player from college football that we all picked. So I'm excited to share mine. I can't wait to see what the other guys got. We've been looking forward to doing this. So with that said, let's get started. First, we're gonna do our draft position, where we pull out my wheel, and if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see the recorded version of our meet. So draft position, here's our wheel. Oh man, it's kind of crappy, but we'll work with what we got. So first overall pick's gonna be Jack.
Oh yeah, let's go, baby.
So Jack gets to start. Let's see who the second is.
The real question is, what Michigan guy am I gonna steal from Alex? So
It's not even fair.
All right, I'm gonna be second, and then Alex is gonna be third. So this is gonna,
Hey, there we go.
This is Alex's worst nightmare. I can't believe it actually came true. We've been talking about this all week.
There goes all my first rounders right there.
Every single one of them gone.
Are we redoing picks every position or not?
No, that's
Okay.
the set draft order. So it goes
Okay.
you, me, Alex. All right.
Hey, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I bet you
I
are.
am sure.
All right. So first position group we are gonna pick is also on our wheel, which I can't really get to show, but I'll try to figure out if I can put a screen recording on there. Probably not, but let's start. So the first group we are gonna do are tight ends.
Ooh.
So this is literally the pick that Jack
That's the
wanted
one
the
I
most.
wanted right there. Hell
So,
yeah.
Jack, kick this thing off. Let's go.
With the first overall pick for one of my tight ends here, we are going Colston Loveland from U of M. This man averaged 14.4 yards per reception last year and 4 touchdowns. He's a horse. He's going to get more targets this year for sure. He's going to be going at it.
Yeah. Alex,
pick.
got any comments on that?
Yeah, that's a good pick. I would have picked him too. Can't say I'm not upset about it, but yeah, that's a good pick. And he honestly had a lot of the success. He was a big part of the success Michigan had last year. So
For sure. Oh yeah, especially in that playoff game, that national championship, you were hearing his name a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can't lie, he was on my draft board too, but if he wasn't, then you don't know ball. I mean, obviously. So I'm next. I'm gonna go maybe a little bit biased, as you can see. I'm wearing my Notre Dame jersey. I couldn't really pick any other tight ends other than the guy I know, and I'm gonna go with Mitchell Evans out of Notre Dame.
Oh,
He's going into his, I think his senior year, or his redshirt senior year. I'm not sure what he did when he was younger, but all the way up till he got hurt, he was a dog. His best game was against Ohio State, where he had like maybe 7 or 9 receptions and was just dogging on him all day. They literally could not guard him. It was pretty fun to see. So I'm picking Mitchell Evans out of Notre Dame now that he's in his second year of starting after Mayer left. So I'm excited to see what he can do with the rock in his hands.
for sure. Yeah, he was on my draft board.
Yep. All right, Alex, let's see who you got.
So with the third pick, I think I'm gonna go with a kind of a last pick in the draft type thing because this guy's not really well known around our parts of Michigan, but I'm gonna go with the Ole Miss tight end Caden Orn, whatever. But he,
Peroscorn.
I have
Here's
He wasn't
scored.
on my draft board. I don't know his name.
I'm gonna be real with you. I had no idea who you're talking about.
I don't either. Let's hear some stats,
That's what I
Alex.
just said. Like the he's like the last pick of the draft type thing. And
Mr. Irrelevant.
yeah, he is Mr. Irrelevant. That's what I was trying to look for. That's the word. But yeah, so this guy had 30 receptions.
Okay.
30 receptions for 449 yards with 4 touchdowns, averaging 15 yards a catch. Why I picked him is that he tore up Penn State's defense in that Chick-fil-A bowl game.
Mhm.
And I remember watching it. Just to sum it up for you, he had 10 receptions, 136 yards. He averaged 13.6 yards catch, and he had 2 touchdowns that day.
Jeez.
So, and people considered Penn State as a #1 defense. And yeah, I mean, I think he's a good pick, kind of an underrated guy, and he's probably going to be a dog next year because he's back for Ole Miss and the Lane Kiffin Rebels.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, like I said, I didn't know much about him, but those stats speaks for themselves, man.
Stat
Yep.
don't lie. And now that you talked about it, I feel like I remember watching the Peach Bowl and seeing some of his plays. And now I can put a face to him. But when you first said it, I'm like, who
Yeah,
is this guy talking about?
I
Talking
mean,
about Dak Prescott over here. Tight end.
I could have pulled. So I could have put. Honestly, I was thinking about putting Jake Butt there as my legend, but
Legend pick.
I don't know. I didn't
Oh
want
my
to use that
God.
first round.
Yeah. Hey. Well, that was our first round. So let's move on down to our next position group. I'm going to spin the wheel here real quick. So now we got O-line. So Jack, go ahead and kick us off again. Probably the most important part of the team, of any team, really. So let's see what you got.
All right. I'm going with one. Maybe I don't think you guys had him on your draft board. That's kind of what I was thinking, but I'm going with LSU. There we go.
Wow,
They had
pretty good.
two very good tackles that are returning, when Will Campbell and Emory Jones, and both starting guards are returning as well. So, I'm sure they have a good center coming up. I didn't really hear much about him, but those two tackles and the guards, I think they'll be good.
Yeah. Looking back, Brian Kelly usually brings in good O-line talent because, he's like
Yeah.
from Notre Dame and did that at Notre Dame. Now he's doing it at LSU. It's good for them to do that. It's not because now they got Musburger back there because Jaden Daniels left.
Yep.
So they need to protect him so he can at least have some success. I think they're going to be one of the higher ranked teams just going into this season. So that's a good pick. I like that pick.
Yep.
Yeah, and as
All
much
right.
as I don't like to credit Notre Dame,
No, not at all. I hate
Kelly
Notre
can
Dame.
bring in some good linemen.
I hate Notre Dame. I swear. I hate him. Marcus Freeman, if you're listening, shout out. You're the best coach. All right. So me now. I got O-line, so I'm gonna pick A lot of people might give me crap about this, but after watching their playoff performance against Michigan last season, they probably were like, why would you pick them? Well, most of their starting O line were young guys, like freshmen or sophomores. So, and they're bringing them all back except their center who transferred to Ohio State this past season. So I'm picking Alabama here. They got
Okay,
Milrow
one for the
back.
Tide.
Roll Tide. Hey, but I feel like they're gonna go into the season with a little bit chip on their shoulder. Never sits well if your last performance of the year is pretty bad. I mean, they gave
Mhm.
up 5 sacks in the first half. That's terrible.
Oh yeah.
So I feel
In
like
the
they're
Rose
going
Bowl.
in the Rose Bowl. Yeah, they're gonna go into this next season. I feel like with a little bit of fire in their souls and chip on their shoulders. So I'm taking the Tide here.
I like
I
that
like
pick.
that pick.
I do. I think that the new coach, they're going to be working extra hard for Kalen DeBoer because he's going to want to make a statement.
Yep.
And, personally, the Michigan game did take Alabama off my draft board.
Yep.
But I
Yep.
think you made good points there.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a good pick, Isaac. I just had a few things to say. People tend to forget that because of who Alabama is in the past and what they are probably in the future, is that Michigan's defensive line was probably the number one defensive line in the country last year.
Mm-hmm.
And what
Yeah.
they didn't, and even though they lost the game later in that second half, they really didn't let any sacks until like the last two drives of
Yeah.
their of the game, and you got to give a lot of credit to Alabama, and they're super young, so I like that pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just got to stop shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, we see that with every single team, but we'll see what Bama can do. I mean, Kalen DeBoer's a winner, so we'll see
Yep.
what he can do. All right, Alex, go ahead.
So with my pick, obviously you probably already know where I'm going to go with this, but I'm going to pick my boys, the Michigan Wolverines. Stats don't lie for the Wolverines. They got two best offensive line group of the year 2 years ago, and then the year before this one. They didn't win it this year because of Washington, but we all know who the real winner was. But Michigan is, I mean, they lost a lot. They lost, I think, their entire starting offensive line to the draft or whatever. But that group was so tight that I think that they're going to come back, and those people are going to step up, and the transfer portal is going to help a lot. And because I really think that Michigan now is an O line school, so if we get I
Whoa,
didn't say number
O-line
one. I
University.
didn't say
whoa,
I didn't say the number one.
whoa.
I didn't say the number one. But I think that Harbaugh is correct when he said at the Chargers that O line is a weapon, and I agree with him for that. And I think Michigan's have another good offensive line year.
For sure, yeah. I mean, even with their starters out, those boys were practicing against the starters
Yeah,
all year long last year, and I'm sure a couple years before that even.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't
Uh,
think that O line will be slacking this year at all.
no,
No.
no, they'll pick up right where they left off. Sharon
Yep.
Moore is a great line coach. I mean,
Hmm.
you saw what he did with the last since. I mean, after 2020, they've been completely different. So, love what Sharon Moore is doing there. What's the guy's name from Edwardsburg that we played against?
Oh, Josh Preet.
Free,
Yep.
dude.
Josh, shout
Freed.
out Josh Freed, baby.
Freed.
Going to
Remember
Wolverine
me.
Conference, baby. Wolverine Conference.
I got a picture of him, so we could post it onto our Instagram page. Tag him into it.
Shoot.
Hey, Josh, if you ever want to be a guest on the show, just hit us up, baby. You're always welcome.
We ain't
All
gonna say
right,
no.
moving on.
Nope.
So we're gonna spin the wheel again. We are through the tight end and the O line position groups. Looking at our next one is going to be wide receiver 2. So not wide receiver 1, but it's wide receiver 2. So this is a guy that's as good, but not as good as the first guy, I guess.
Hmm.
Jack, go ahead.
Shoot. I might throw in a meme pick here, boys.
Oh,
I
whoa!
might kick off the meme picks.
Sound the alarm! Sound
And
the
the wide
alarm!
receiver too.
Who are you
All right.
thinking?
This guy's a real killer, to be honest with you. He likes Corvettes and Top Golf.
Oh
Oh
no.
man! Oh
This would
man!
be the Alabama man, Henry Ruggs III.
I
Throughout
want to
his
go fast.
3 years at Alabama, this man had 1,716 yards, 17.5 average with 24 touchdowns. Will's doing it behind. Would they have 5 NFL guys on that team
Yeah,
at that time?
yeah.
In
It
that
was
in those groups,
Ruggs. It was
Jerry Judy was in it.
Judy. Yep,
They had
Devontae
three. I'm
Smith.
pretty sure
Yeah,
they had three
Devonta
NFL
Smith.
quarterbacks. They had Jalen. I think Jalen was there.
Yeah, at one
Jalen,
point, yeah.
Tua, and then
And
Mac.
Matt, yeah,
I mean, that roster is just insane.
yeah. I mean, Henry Ruggs is a dog, man. He's
Yeah,
good at
he is.
football.
Yeah,
Yep.
he'll be tearing it up for the prison league. I'm pretty sure.
Damn, bro. You had to throw that one in there, huh?
Dog, I went practical. I needed a receiver.
Yep. Yep. You're right. You're right. All right. So I'm not gonna do a meme pick yet. I think I'm gonna save that for. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So my wide receiver 2 is going to be Trey Harris out of Ole Miss.
Mm.
I've been seeing clips of him all off season during spring ball, just mossing on guys, just running his routes crisp. I mean, Jackson Dart and Trey Harris are going to be a deadly combination in the SEC. And I feel like, you know, Ole Miss is not. I mean, they're looking. They'll be the first. Looking to win the SEC championship, and who knows how long. But if there's any team that's gonna dethrone Bama, not I mean dethrone Bama or Georgia, the two programs that have been dominating that conference, it's either gonna be Ole Miss. Ole Miss is definitely one of them. I must say. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I'm going Trey Harris. I didn't write down stats for any of my players. I just I
Wow,
just
bro, unprepared.
I am prepared. I looked at them. That's why they're on my draft board.
Yeah,
So
but you got to explain why with them average yards.
all right, bro. I'll look it up right now. I'm
No,
not
it's
doing
good.
that.
It's good. It's good.
Just trust me when I say he's a dog. All right.
I got you, bro. I
Trust,
got you.
bro. Trust. All right. So I'm going Trey Harris. Uh,
He was on
Alex.
my board.
Yeah, he was on. I hope he was.
Not on
Alex, go
mine.
ahead.
Oh, okay. So I think do we get three wide receivers or just two?
3.
3.
Okay, we get three. So I think for my second receiver pick, I'm gonna do Tyler Morris from Michigan. And yeah, he didn't have a great season last year. I mean, he didn't have a bad season, but he had 13 receptions, he had 197 yards and 1 touchdown, and we all know where that touchdown is from. And that is, I mean, you could just see the
I
speed
I
on
don't.
don't
that guy.
elaborate.
I don't know where it's from.
Elaborate.
Okay, when when he outran almost everybody on the Alabama defense from a simple drag route to get a touchdown.
Big
I
Ten
mean, it's
doesn't have
pretty
speed,
simple.
bro. Big Ten doesn't have speed, bro.
Yeah. Shout out Grayson. Big Ten don't have
Yeah.
speed. But yeah, I like this kid. He's a sophomore. He played under Roman Wilson, who had majority of our receiving yards last year, and
Mhm.
Cornelius Johnson. And we only played with literally probably only 2 receivers on the field almost every play. And
Mhm.
now he's gonna be sharing time with Shamaj Morgan, and now he's probably gonna be the starter. And then he's probably gonna be in the rotation with Frederick Moore. But anyways, yeah, I like him. He's super young. He's super fast, and I think he has a bright future as a Michigan receiver. So yep.
Yeah. Hey, well said.
Good pick. Good pick. All right. Moving on. We are going to our next draft pick. Let's see what we get. We got fullback. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting into some real football here. We're getting into the trenches. Kinda.
This is some crap, man. I told you I couldn't find a freaking fullback.
Bro, just
Just
name
put
one.
J.J. Watt. He played at
I'm just
Wisconsin.
gonna put a tight end in there, dude.
Might as well. I mean, Madden does it all the time. Why can't
Yeah,
we?
that's what I do in Madden because I go for my tight end. I upgrade my tight ends more than I want a fullback.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Luke Lockey from Iowa.
There you go. Oh, you can't go wrong with those
He was a
Iowa kids.
dog from Iowa. Played behind Laporta. I mean, if you're learning from Laporta, man, you're gonna be a good tight end, I believe.
Yep.
He had 131 yards, 13.1 yards per reception there. So if that tells you anything.
Yep.
And Iowa tight end. He's going to be a good blocker. He's
Yep.
going to be a good tight end.
Yep.
Good quality tight ends that come out of Iowa. Them and
Oh,
Notre
yeah.
Dame.
Mm-hmm.
If people try to tell me that no good tight ends come out of Notre Dame, we got problems. I'm
Check the
looking at
stats.
you,
Check the
Grayson,
stats.
and Ant. Don't hate me for that. But hey, I'm just gonna say that.
I mean, and we can't forget, like, Michigan's a pretty good tight end school. I mean, Colston Loveland.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess you're right there. I guess.
And Jake Butt.
So to me, I guess I
Yeah.
am going with a legend pick here for my fullback.
Uh-oh.
So I'm using my legend player. So I can't use him for anything else. So to get this off the table is going to be huge because I think he's an NFL legend. He's a college football legend. Let's just get it off the table right now. I'm going Jerome Bettis.
Oh,
The Bucks.
The Bucks.
The Bucks.
Here we go. Big day. Good for him. He's. I don't gotta explain him. He's an NFL legend. He's gonna be a dog. Let's just get that out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I got for right now. Alex, go ahead.
Yeah, so you're probably going to pick up a trend for the last 3 picks I've had. They're all been on the Michigan roster. And I think I'm going to do Max Brenison from Michigan. He's a true fullback. I mean, he's a beast. Let me check his weight real fast. I meant to bring this up, but that guy is literally a bowling ball. And honestly, when I think fullback, I do think of Michigan kind of because we had a kid, not kid, he's a grown man. His name was what's his name? I forgot. Now I'm blanking on his name. Isaac, you remember that guy? Ben Mason. He's Ben Mason.
Yep.
Ben Mason. He was a true fullback. I mean, I'm pretty sure he still plays for the Ravens as a fullback. And one of the plays that Ben Mason had against Minnesota, he did a cartwheel and scored. That was just crazy. But anyways, back to Max Bredesen. Max Bredesen is honestly, he's a brother. He's one of the brothers of the Brenesons that went to Michigan, and he is the only one to win a national championship at Michigan, I think. So
Hell.
hail. Anyways, but he only had 2 receptions, 19 yards, but this guy can block. I mean,
Hey, he's a fullback, man. You got to block.
Yeah.
He's going to be ear-holing people all day long.
Yep. And I think that when he was in and Corum was behind him, I mean, I think that really helped the Michigan offense get something going against, including Alabama and running it 30 times against Penn State in the second half with no throw.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, honestly, Corum probably owed this guy a check.
yep.
A little bit of that signing bonus.
Yep.
A little bit of that signing bonus, Corum.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. All right, good pick. I liked everybody's pick there. I feel like that was going to be a challenging position to find, but I'm glad we all made it work.
We worked through it.
We worked through it. Yes. Okay. We are going to go to our next position group. Spinning the wheel here real quick. We got running back. Big position. Big position. So this is
See, this one's where I'm glad I'm first because this one, if this guy wasn't number 1 on your guys' draft boards, I'm going to say that's kind of sad. We're going Ollie Gordon from OSU, baby. 21 rushing touchdowns. 6.1 yards per carry.
Yep.
1,732 yards.
Oh,
And
this
this dude
guy's
had one
insane.
receiving touchdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
1,700 yards. This
And
guy's
is he
crazy.
only a freshman? Was he?
That's not cool, bro.
No.
I don't know.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
I might
But
be thinking of
he's
somebody else.
definitely a dog. I'll tell you that. He was number one on my board. And I mean, if he wasn't anybody's, then I don't know what you're doing. But good pick there. I know my player. I just want to get some stats on him.
He's a sophomore. He's gonna
Yeah.
be a junior this year. He
Yeah.
played in 22 and 23.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude's a dog.
Yep.
All right. So I am gonna pick my back now. So I'm gonna pick. This might be a controversial pick for some people in the room, Alex and Jack. But when you look at what he did at Ole Miss last year and what he's got in front of him this year, you gotta give him the rock. I'm taking Quinson Judkins, baby.
There it is, baby.
Yeah.
SEC
That's a
freshman
good one.
All Conference. You saw what he did in the Peach Bowl. Absolutely manhandled that Penn State defense. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
ridiculous.
Cut it
So
out.
I'm glad that. I wanted Ollie Gordon, but Judkins is a good player to kind of replace him,
Oh,
replace
yeah.
that pick. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with him.
I mean, I had him on my board. I got a couple stats here. 1,158 yards, 4.3 per carry, 15 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns.
Yep.
Yep.
Dude's a straight up dog.
Yep. Straight up dog. Thanks for coming up clutch with the stats there. I had to kind of make a last minute adjustment with the backs
When
that
Ollie
were
Gordon went
available
off the
for me.
board.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. Alex, go ahead.
So let's keep that train moving. I'm gonna keep doing the players that proved the most last year and won the national championship. I'm gonna do Donovan Edwards, and I know he didn't have a great season last year with only having 119 carries, 497 yards, and 5 touchdowns with 4.2 average. But Donovan Edwards is Donovan Edwards, and when you saw what he did against Ohio State 2 years ago now, and what he did in the national championship game, he you can't explain what why he shouldn't be on the new college football game cover this year. I mean,
Yep.
this kid is a dog, and I'm so thankful that he decided to come back because for this year's season, because I think he's still gonna have like a monster season at Michigan, and
Yep.
I can't say any more good things about him because this kid's just awesome, and he's great for the community. I'll add that too, I guess.
Good. Great character. Yep. I like that pick. I mean, he was on my draft board. I'm sure he was on Jack's. Good pick. I like it all. I like everything about it.
Yep.
All right. Moving on to the next draft position group. I'm sorry. We are going to spin the wheel as we did the last couple all the other picks. All right. We are going
Thanks, Isaac.
to we are going
Real quick. I can't hate on that Donovan Edwards pick. That's probably the only good Michigan pick you've had so far, Alex.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I mean, that's the only one that isn't a bandwagon, or well, not really a bandwagon. Diehard fan.
You said it good. You said it good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good pick, Alex.
Yeah. Thanks. First one.
right,
You absolutely nailed that pick.
I'm just wondering, what's the over-under that we're seeing another school from Alex in this whole draft?
Probably under. I'm taking under like 1.
Well, we only have.
Total
So I
schools
still have
Alex
my
picked
legend.
from 2.5.
I still have my legend. I have to do a quarterback, 2 more receivers, and I think that's it. So
Hey, I think the Michigan roster has all those.
yeah, I bet they do. You might see JJ McCarthy pretty soon. You don't know.
Legend pick?
No, meme.
Meme? JJ ain't a meme.
No, he's not. That I would not be wearing his jersey with these two patches
That's a meme
without
right
him.
there.
I respect
Yep.
it.
Yep.
All right, what position are we going next?
All right, we are doing wide receiver 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really actually nervous about this one because this is the guy I really wanted, and if you say it, it's gonna hurt my heart a little bit.
I
So
don't
Jack,
know,
go
dude.
ahead.
I don't think we're going for the same person, but we might. I'm
All
going to
right.
go Tez Johnson from Oregon.
Ooh.
Hey,
Oh,
Whoa.
I
dodge the
know.
bullet.
I know. I think he's going to be a dog this year, dude. He had
Yep.
10 touchdowns last year, 13.7 yards per reception, 1,082 receiving yards. I mean, this guy's solidified as a good receiver.
He's got it
And
all.
he's
Yep.
going to have Dylan Gabriel throwing the ball to him next year. That guy's a freak quarterback.
Yep. Yep. I like that connection a lot.
I mean,
It's,
Oregon's got a good old line that's gonna block for Gabriel there, and he's gonna be hucking that ball to Tez Johnson. So
yep.
that's
Dan
my wide
Lanning's gonna
receiver one.
get his. Dan Lanning's a great coach. He's gonna get a scheme for him to work, and
Yep.
it's the ball's gonna get in his hands. So I
Mhm.
like that.
Yep.
Good pick.
Good pick.
All right, let's see who I couldn't fleece away from you.
All right, I'm glad you didn't because this is apparently all the podcasts I listen to. Greg
Mm.
McElroy, Joel Klatt, all those guys. They say this guy is the best receiver coming into the next season, and I'm going to take Luther Burden the
Yep.
third out of
Mm-hmm.
Missouri.
Yep.
This guy is a dog. He's had 86 receptions, 1100. Oh my God, I can't talk. 1,212 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. And you saw what he did with is it the quarterback name at Missouri, Brady Cook, or I think so.
Yeah, it
Mm.
is. It is.
Might be,
He
yeah.
yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back for his senior year, looking to play his
Mm-hmm.
best ball in his career. But him and Luther Burden are going to be a dangerous combo coming into this next season. I mean, they're another team that could potentially knock off Alabama and Georgia for the SEC title. But I'm excited to see what he does this season, and I'm extremely excited for my receiving core. I got 2 receivers from the SEC, so I mean there's gonna be some people in the comments that are like, "Oh, I told you SEC's where football is played at." Yeah, I'm waiting, Grayson. I'm waiting. I know it's coming.
Yeah, man, you can't argue with Luther Burden. I mean, anytime Mizzou's ranked, you're kind of like, they got someone on there making them ranked because
Mhm.
they're
Yeah.
not. They're not known as a football school, man. But
Is
when
No.
that
they're ranked like what
Missouri
they
at
were,
9?
when they were last year, you're like, okay, they got someone. And obviously, Luther Burden and Brady Cook are the two boys that are getting the job done over there.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, good pick. I don't really have much on it. I mean, you guys pretty much covered it. So, I'm really interested to see what they do next year. All
For
right.
sure.
Is this our wide receiver 1, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
This the
Okay,
big boy.
so I'm surprised. I'm gonna use my legend pick right here,
Oh.
and you're gonna know him, and you're gonna be really mad that you guys didn't pick him. I'm gonna pick C.D. Lamb from Oklahoma,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Good pick. Good
and
pick.
yep. Just give you a little rundown if you needed it. I don't really think you guys do, but he had 1,327 receiving yards, 14 touchdowns, 20 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 179 punt return yards, and then he had all-purpose yards. He had 1,526.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, shoot, CeeDee Lamb was so good coming out of college, man.
Yeah,
And he's so good right now as well. I
yeah.
mean, every time I
So
go up against CeeDee in fantasy football last year, I was crapping my pants, man.
I
He
know.
was
He is such
he
a
was electric in
receiver.
college. I remember just watching Saturday night highlights, and he'd be in all of them almost.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Oh
So
yeah,
good
without
so
pick.
good.
him, Kyler Murray would not be where he was at Oklahoma. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
Kyler Murray
man.
wins the Heisman without him.
I don't think
So
he wins the Heisman.
Not
That's
at
right.
all. Yeah, and Bake threw him the ball too, didn't
Yeah,
he?
yep,
Baker.
Yeah.
Yep.
big
You remember that
nasty.
one-handed catch that he had that
Yeah,
didn't
Mm-hmm.
really count, but
Dude.
unbelievable.
he
Yeah.
Yeah,
was.
that Oklahoma team was really good for a few seasons.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
They were cooking with some gas. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I
for
think
All
sure.
right.
Jalen Hurts played with him, right?
Yeah,
Maybe for one season. I don't
I
know.
think one
yeah.
season.
He
I don't know.
transferred. I thought
Yep.
he was gonna win Heisman that year, but he kind of fell
Yeah.
off near the end.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. So we're down to our final two position groups. Jack has already used his meme pick, so he's good. But Alex and I have not, and we need to do that before the draft is over. So let's see what position group we get first. And we got quarterback. The big
QB.
one. The big one.
All right, boys. Well, I already sang this guy's a bit of praise on my last pick there. I'm picking Dylan Gabriel. He's from
Yep.
he's from Oregon now, transferred from Oklahoma. Threw 30 touchdowns with 6 interceptions, 3,660 passing yards, 12 rushing touchdowns. I mean, this dude can do it all.
Yep.
12 rushing touchdowns, great for a quarterback, and 30 passing. This guy's going to be a threat at Oregon.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I like that pick. I mean, watching him at Oklahoma, he was a dog. When now you're giving him more weapons at Oregon, and with Dan Lanning, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be dangerous this season for anybody in the Big Ten since they are in the power. They are part of the Big Ten now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
hey,
Where
watch out.
football gets played, baby.
That's
Yep. Exactly. Where real ball gets
Yeah.
played.
hey,
Championship football.
independence.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's
And
go. Let's hear it.
yeah, Jack, I like that pick. I being a kind of an Oklahoma fan, I was sad to see him go, but I'm excited to see what he does at Oregon.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
All right. So that leads on to me. I am going to pick a quarterback that many of you guys maybe might have forgot, but that 21-22 stretch, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the entire Pac-12, and he actually outdueled Caleb Williams twice. I'm taking Cam Rising.
Yep.
Tore his ACL in the Rose Bowl against, I think it was Ohio State that one year. He won his stats in 22 were 3,034 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. His rushing yards are also pretty. I mean, this guy's a dual threat. I'm not gonna read his rushing yards because I can't find them. Uh, but watching this guy, he's just electric on the field. You can tell like he's a dude, and when I can't wait for him to come back for his, I don't know, it feels like his 8th year of college football or something like that. But it's going to be fun to watch that Utah team be playing the Big 12 now. All these conference realignments going to make it a lot of fun this season, and I can't wait to see him get back on the field because when he was on the field, college football was better as a whole. So Cam Rising's my pick.
Oh, and we can never forget the interview about
yeah.
I heard Caleb Williams put F Utah on his nails. He's like, oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's cute. Doesn't get much better than
God.
that.
Oh yeah, dude,
Yeah.
dude's crazy at
I
post game interviews.
yeah.
Yep.
I agree with that pick. I have a lot of respect for Rising. Yep, in Utah. Um, I have another guy that you guys might not have heard his name for a while, but he comes from a school in the Big 12 that isn't really known for winning football games until this last 2 years or so. I'm gonna pick Jalen Daniels from Kansas, and I don't know if you guys know who that is,
Yep.
but
Yep.
this guy's a dog. I mean, I I like the kid a lot. I mean, he got hurt this season, didn't really play a lot, but his career is just insane. He had well, even though he didn't play a lot, he had 705 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 82.7 QB rating. I mean,
Oof, that's pretty good, man.
Like
yeah,
how many games?
I think let me look real fast.
Because I know his career when he's on the field for Kansas, Kansas is 8-2.
Yeah,
So
Jeez.
he's proven himself to be a winner. I learned that from Greg McElroy's always college football podcast. So shout
I
out
think he
them.
played 3 last year.
3 games. Yeah.
Yep. So that explains the high QB rating. But this kid, either way, is a dog. And I used to play NCAA 14, and I did a rebuild with Kansas. And this kid, I kind of take Kansas's credit for being good this year or the last few years because I started it. I started that program,
Yeah.
I
and
built this.
I
I
Yeah.
built
built
this
it.
program.
You on the sideline every weekend, man.
They should be thanking me or giving merch or something. But
Grittiest team in America.
they are the grittiest team in America. Shout out
Dude.
Cole Schubridge and Blake Monroe for that one, and Dylan Combs if you're listening. Um, yeah, but this kid's a
Shout
dog.
outs.
I can't say a lot more about him. Maybe his rushing yards in 2021, he had no, well, and excuse me, 2022, he had 77 carries for 419 yards. I mean,
That's
and
crazy
7
for a QB.
touchdowns.
That's
Yep.
really good for a QB.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Jalen Daniels, awesome quarterback. And you guys are probably shocked I didn't pick Alex Orgy or Davis Warren in that one, or
Hey, I
legendary
was
Jason
waiting for
McCarthy.
it.
I was
I was
waiting for
waiting for it.
Michigan to roll off that tongue, but it
Yeah.
didn't come out.
Sorry.
All right. Great
Hey,
picks. This
we
leads
still
us to
got
our last position group.
one more tight end and one more receiver, right?
We could do one more tight end if you want, but I was only planning on doing one more receiver, and that's
Oh,
it.
I thought I had two tight ends.
It might have been your fullback pick. I don't know.
No, I thought that we were doing
We can do tight
three
ends. We'll
three
do two tight
receivers and
ends.
two tight ends. I want to do two tight ends because I have a
We're doing three receivers?
yeah
No, I
three
guess
receivers.
we're gonna do two tight ends. So it doesn't really matter. I'm
Oh,
gonna use my meme pick here because
yeah.
it
That's
doesn't
mine
it doesn't
too.
mean anything to me. So
Dang
Jack,
it.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna pick Brock Bowers as my legend pick.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Dude, this guy
That's a
was
good.
crazy.
That's a good one.
I mean, this is a generational tight end. Like every weekend, you're like, "Yep, George is doing something. What's Brock Bowers doing?" In his 3 years there, he had 2,538 receiving yards,
Yep.
14.5 average, and 26 touchdowns.
Mm.
That's unheard of for a tight end.
No.
Yeah, it's ridiculous stats. Just watching him, I mean, I thought he should have been picked a little bit higher in the draft, just a bit,
hmm
just based on what he was doing in college. I mean, he was running at like it looked like he was running like a receiver out there,
Yeah.
like a wide receiver. So I mean, that guy's a dog, a freak of nature. Him and
hmm
Michael Mayer in the league are going to be, I think, pretty dangerous. So two of the best tight ends when they're in college. So yeah,
For sure.
look, good pick, Alex. Oh, it's me. My bad. My
Yeah.
bad. Thank you. All right. So if you guys don't know him, look him up. This is a meme pick. So I am gonna pick a Baylor walk-on.
Oh.
He is size. He
Uh-oh.
is 4'2". His name is Ricardo Benitez. That kid. I see him all over Instagram and TikTok, and all I can see is I was a walk-on at Baylor College football. Dude is 4'2". If you guys look him up, it's actually kind of inspiring of what he was able to accomplish. But that's my meme pick. I feel like he'd be electric out there. You can't see him, so it makes it all the best for to throw the ball to him. But I am a little bit worried about his injury proneness. So it'll be kind of scary if he gets hit. But I'm going Ricardo out of Baylor. All
Dude,
4'2" of them.
when you said Baylor and meme pick, and we're talking about like receivers and tight ends, I thought you were gonna do the Laquan McGowan, the 6'6", 400-pound dude.
Oh my god, I should have.
That's what I
Oh
was
my,
thinking. I was like, no way.
completely different sizes. Like you get the
Yeah.
smallest college
When you
football
said
player.
4'2", I'm like, okay, not
Oh,
yeah, it's
okay,
not
sure.
McGowan.
I mean,
That's
it was between him or Draymond Green.
hell yeah.
I think I made the right pick there.
Yep,
Oh
I
yeah.
agree.
All right,
Yep, that's
Alex.
awesome. So I was gonna use for my meme pick. We originally were gonna do three wide receivers, but I feel like I should say this because it's not really a meme. But none of you guys outside all that area is gonna know who this guy is. Cue ball, if you're listening, you're a dog, and I can't wait to see what you do this upcoming season. But I had to throw him in there as a meme pick because I don't know. He was a beast. But anyways, my meme pick for real is I already said his name, Jake Butt, because Butt's kind of funny. But this kid was a dog. I mean, Jake
Oh,
Butt.
yeah.
I remember the 2016 success that we had, and we sadly lost to Florida State that year. But it was basically at least 80% to him, and
Wasn't it him and Jabril?
it was him and
Yep.
Jabril. I
Yep.
mean, Jabril and him. I mean, duo. If we had a quarterback that isn't named Wilton Spate or John O'Corn or whoever the heck we had on that roster, we would have probably at least went to the college football playoff.
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with John O'Corn?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe let's throw it up to double coverage against Ohio State at the literally the last drive of the game. We were losing by one score at the point. I'm like, come on,
I
dude.
love that clip where he's like, "There you go, John. There you go, John." No, John. No, no, John. No.
John, he's off his guard. He's good.
It's like, dude, what are you looking
Insane.
at? Oh,
Oh God. Anyways, some
legend.
stats for him. He in 2016 he had 46 receptions, 546 yards, average 11.9, 4 touchdowns, and yeah, this guy's just a beast.
Good pick. I like it.
Yeah. Boys, honestly, I'm kind of upset that we didn't get to do another wide receiver.
Yeah.
Let's just do one.
Let's do
I mean,
one.
we can throw one out if we
Let's
want.
do
We got.
one.
Let's
Our
just throw
backup.
one out.
Wide
All right, go
receiver
ahead.
3. I'm going. I would have picked Travis Hunter.
Oh,
The
might as well.
dog. Deion
Go on.
Sanders V2. So, I mean, this dude's a cornerback, right? And he's playing wide receiver. He had 721 yards last year. 5
Yep.
touchdowns, 12.6 yards per reception. As a cornerback, playing damn near every snap out there. He's putting up
Yeah.
numbers like that.
I remember it was like first game against
TCU.
TCU and just
Yeah.
seeing him lay out for a touchdown grab.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I thought he was gonna win the Heisman almost.
I mean,
Like,
did
give me
you
that
see-
Oh,
Heisman.
yeah. Yeah, his
Did you
first
see
game, we're
his-
like, Travis Hunter, Heisman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see his interception that he had?
Yeah, the same game. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, the
he's
same game.
ridiculous. He's
Guy's
ridiculous.
crazy.
Yep. Good pick. I like that. I'm gonna go with the biased pick here. I don't think I picked enough Notre Dame and green. I'm wearing my green jersey. I haven't picked enough of them. So I'm gonna go with I think he's gonna have an explosive season this year. He's going into his sophomore year. I'm going to Jaden Greathouse out of Notre Dame. He's a slot receiver. He's been tearing it up all spring. I went to watch the spring game, and he was definitely one of the more targeted receivers out there. So I remember his first game when Sam Hartman threw like 2 or 3 touchdown passes to him, and I looked at him like all my friends. I went, this kid's gonna be a dog in 2 to 3 years, and I think this year he's more than on track to be a really good receiver for Notre Dame this year.
Yep.
Good pick.
Yeah, good pick. So I already said his name, so he's gonna be my backup, Shaquarius Ball. And OC Nation. Well, now it's UO, but
Shit.
why I'm picking this guy is I'm gonna try to not be as biased as I can be, but this guy should not be playing D3 right now. He should be in at least high D2, maybe D1. And I'm so grateful that he came back for another season with all of it. If we have
That's 2
any
of us.
if we have any success this year, I bet it's gonna be like 90% him and what he's done for the last 4 years. Now he's gonna be a 5th year next year. But I can't find any stats because all that stat recorder does not do his job. But other than that, I mean, this kid's he's my roommate next year, so I mean,
Olivet Athletics, if you're listening, he didn't mean that.
I'm just kidding, but stats aren't there. But He's gonna be my roommate next year, so I'm hoping he hears this and he's gonna be a
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, Cue Ball, as we call him on our team, he's a dog. I mean, he's a great leader, great character. His story is definitely amazing. I mean, he's a all around just great person and a great, even better player on the field. So I am excited to go into my senior year and his fifth year this season. Let's go tear it up. Let's go win the conference.
Yep.
I mean, let's go win it all. I mean, you gotta shoot big, right?
Yeah.
So I
Got
mean,
to.
got to. Good pick. I like that. Little UO love in there. It's pretty good. I think that completes the draft. I mean, we can all go through our teams. I'll start. So I got Cam Rising at quarterback, Quinton Judkins at running back. I got Luther Burden at wide receiver 1, Trey Harris at wide receiver 2, Jaden Greathouse at wide receiver 3, Mitchell Evans at tight end 1, Ricardo Benitez, I'll get better at his last name, at tight end 2. I got Alabama O line, and Jerome Bettis is my fullback. So that's my team. I'm pretty happy with it. So Jack, go ahead.
I took Dylan Gabriel as my quarterback. My halfback, Ollie Gordon. Great running back.
Yeah.
Tez Johnson was my first receiver. Wide receiver 2, Henry Ruggs the third. Wide receiver 3 was Travis Hunter. O-line, LSU. My tight end was Colson Loveland and Brock Bowers. And then my
Nice.
fullback was Luke Lockey from Iowa.
Nice.
Yep.
So just a little review. My quarterback is Jalen Daniels from Kansas. My wide receiver 1 is C.D. Lamb. Receiver 2 is Tyler Morris. And wide receiver 3 is obviously Q Ball. My running back is Donovan Edwards. O line's Michigan. Fullback is Max Bredesen. And my tight ends are Cade Percorn and Jake Butt. I think we should go through our meme picks because I really want to know which ones you guys actually were gonna pick.
So I guess I had the Pouncey twins, Jake Olson, the blind long snapper from USC, Draymond Green, and I had to put in Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
So those
there we
are
go.
my guys. Did
Uh,
Did you
um,
have any, Jack?
I was really going between Aaron Hernandez and Henry Ruggs just because I wanted to have really good tight ends and receivers.
Yeah.
And those guys
no
are
Yeah.
other
pretty
reason.
meme worthy.
No
Yep.
other reason.
Yeah, no other reason. Or I mean, I was thinking about Laramie Tunsil, but
That's a good one. He was really high on my draft board.
So some of the meme picks I had is I also had Hernandez, but I had I had Mr. Steal Your Mom, Zach Wilson, and the BYU quarterback. And then I did scratch this out, but the meme with the kid with the potato for a heart. That
Oh
he
God.
was like, he was running down the field and gets light out. And if I cross it out, and then I had Shea Patterson because he did really well, and then he just craps the bed against the big teams. But I'm super grateful that he's 2-0 against little brother. So
Yeah.
thank God. And then
what about Ohio State though?
we don't need to talk about them. Then I had Cam Newton's little brother. You ever like the video of him walking out of the locker room at Auburn? His
Yeah.
legs were like literally like a
Yeah.
pit bull. I mean, that's just funny. And
All
then
the
I
comments
had
were just saying that. I'm like, dude.
And then the top it all off, I have the 2016 USC Trojans that came out like against Alabama, like dogs, like like they were holding it back.
Hold
And
me
then that
back. Hold me back.
Yeah. if you're really interested in what the score was, it was 50-6 at the end of the game, and Roll Tide won that game. So.
Saban was happy at home.
Yeah,
Safe to
those
say that was
dogs
a
were
good game
not
for the
barking
Tide.
that day. But
All
yeah,
right. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. I mean, we enjoyed making it. We are gonna try and make an episode every week or every other week. Let us know what you think. I mean, I think there's some reviews down there that you could write, or you can And like I said earlier in the episode, you can write us some suggestions, some mailbag questions, some topic suggestions at you.dont.know.ball.podcast@gmail.com. I'm gonna put an Instagram story when I release this.
Tell our socials.
That says which team would you pick? Team 1 would be Jack. Team 2 would be mine, as in Isaac, and then Team 3 will be Alex. So go ahead and leave your thoughts in there and vote. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Again, yeah, good job, boys.